Welcome to the Weekly Focus English.
Week 4, Smart Vertical Farming, Securing Food for the Future. In 2026, climate-resilient vertical farms are expanding globally to address severe food shortages. These indoor facilities use automated LED lighting and recycled water to cultivate fresh vegetables without soil. By producing nutritious food inside cities, urban agriculture reduces transportation costs and ensures a stable food supply during extreme weather.
Right now, in 2026, the most critical defense mechanism against severe global food shortages, well, it isn't a vast stretch of arable land.
No, it's really not. It's actually a windowless, totally climate-resilient facility sitting right in the middle of a major city.
Exactly. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're unpacking a pretty brief but vital text on smart vertical farming.
Yeah, and since you, the listener, follow agricultural tech, you probably already know the basic mechanics of, growing without soil.
Right, but our mission today is looking at how this has shifted from like a neat tech experiment into our actual frontline survival strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, it really feels like we've crossed this invisible line where a sleek, tech-driven sci-fi concept just became our daily operational reality.
It really has, and the catalyst forcing this scale is, frankly, the immediate crisis of global food shortages. I mean, traditional agriculture is essentially playing roulette with the atmosphere at this point.
Oh, absolutely. You hope for rain, you pray against an early frost.
Right, and lately, the house has been winning. So these vertical farms are expanding globally specifically to bypass those traditional risks entirely.
Okay, but I hear phrases like climate resilient and closed loop system in the text, and I kind of have to push back a bit on how bulletproof this really is.
How so?
Well, the source emphasizes this heavy reliance on automated LED lighting and recycled water. If we are completely dependent on an artificial grid to bypass natural weather, I mean, what happens when a city's power fails? Does an entire municipal crop just die in an afternoon?
That's a fair point, but that vulnerability is the trade-off for absolute efficiency. By removing the sun and the soil from the equation entirely, you eliminate unpredictability.
Right, because the weather is the ultimate unpredictable variable.
Exactly. So instead of relying on the sun's full, variable spectrum, the automated LEDs isolate the exact light waves the plant needs to photosynthesize.
Wow, so you're basically hacking the growth cycle to run at maximum speed with minimal resources.
That's exactly it.
Which means we are essentially treating plant growth like a highly controlled software program rather than a natural life cycle.
Yes, precisely. You input the precise lighting parameters and the exact volumes of recycled water, and you output a perfectly predictable harvest.
Unbelievable. And because that code, so to speak, is perfecting the plant's environment indoors, it completely frees the operation from geography, right?
Yeah, you don't need a fertile, sun-drenched valley anymore. The source explicitly notes these facilities are now located directly inside cities.
Which causes a massive geographical shift in where our food originates. I mean, we aren't just saving on diesel fuel by putting a farm 3 blocks from the grocery store.
No, the city itself is literally becoming the farm.
Right, we are turning urban real estate into the caloric engines of the population.
And this strategic placement inside cities acts as an urban shield. It's a critical defense mechanism that ensures a stable food supply even during extreme weather events.
Because you're insulated from the outside chaos.
Exactly. If a massive storm hits, you don't have to worry about a flooded interstate delaying delivery trucks coming in from the country. The proximity slashes the carbon footprint of food transport while keeping the supply chain entirely insulated.
It completely flips the historical script. I mean, think about it. Cities have always been these dense, concrete consumers, just utterly dependent on rural areas for their very survival.
Oh, for centuries, yeah.
And now we are decoupling our food security from natural weather patterns and running these operations like sterile laboratory.
Yeah, the urban agriculture model detailed in our sources shows that right now, in 2026, the strategy is survival through localized precision. The wall between climate chaos and our food supply is getting thicker.
Right. So for you listening, here is the core takeaway. In 2026, tech-driven vertical farms aren't just saving space.
No, their strategic placement inside our cities is actively securing our food supply against extreme weather and severe global shortages.
It really brings us right back to that sci-fi reality we started with. But it leaves me with this one final thought for you to chew on. If we can perfectly control the lighting, the water, and the environment, to run a vegetable's growth cycle, like a software program indoors. How might that absolute sterile control eventually change the fundamental flavor, the nutrition, or even the cultural meaning of the food on your dinner plate?